Three-quarters of the Vietnamese population live in the countryside. As the income gap between urban and rural areas widens, young Vietnamese are getting on their motorcycles and moving to the bright lights of the big city. Vietnam's young emerging middle class are looking for education, healthcare and leisure options. This presents an exciting opportunity for foreign service providers. Study Adelaide promotes South Australian education throughout Asia. I caught up with Karyn Kent here in Ho Chi Minh City to find out more about exporting services to Vietnam.
Well, Vietnam's a really big market for Australia. It's a top 5 market. Over 20,000 international students are from Vietnam in Australia, and it's actually a top 5 market for South Australia, so it's actually very critical.
A lot of people export food and wine, but you're exporting a service. How is that different?
Well, I think the interesting part about the service, it's a little bit like tourism, is a lot of that service delivery happens in Australia. From a service perspective, it is still critical to have the relationships. You know, I don't think that's different in any industry. We have relationships with institutions here, so universities and schools, relationships with education agents. And our universities and schools and vocational providers also have relationships with people in market. We've got campaigns here, we do marketing activity here, we've got digital marketing platforms in language, so that's another very important thing to consider in a place like Vietnam. And we've just launched a campaign to find a student ambassador to help us raise the profile.
And what tips would you have for other service providers selling overseas?
I think researching the market is pretty critical to start with. So understanding the distribution system, regardless of, again, the sector, is critical. So research, understanding the distribution system, talking to people who have had experience in the market as well can be very beneficial. And finding people in government who can provide the right advice as well. I think having a minimum 3-year time frame, you know, understanding that things don't happen immediately, that ongoing investment, that ongoing commitment to the market is what a lot of Asian markets in particular want to see. So it can take a while to penetrate a market, but once you've developed those relationships, it's onwards and upwards.